Our next two guests are hoping to bring together a community in an effort to curb violence. Joining me are Tommy and Denise Tucker. And you are pastors of which church?
New Direction STL Word Fellowship Church.
And you've got it's a big deal what you're doing. So first I want you to tell me, what is Mothers Against Killing?
Mothers Against Killing is a movement. The march takes place, but the Mothers Against Killing is a movement about mothers of children that have been killed, mothers of children who had to kill to save their own lives as a result of the drug violence and the gun violence and the things that are going on out here today.
You just said something. You didn't say it's an organization. You said it's a movement. Tell me why you chose that word.
Well, because when you look at it, what we're doing, people think it's just a march and everybody's doing marches. But the march is the event for right now. The movement will go on, and we have different layers of what we plan for our future of Mothers Against Killing for change to come about.
And this is probably a really silly question because we all live in the society that we live today. But why do you think it's important for an organization like Mothers Against Killing to go out there and start a movement that causes a change?
Well, I'm from old school, and so mothers used to say, you don't go outside, don't go out of that yard. You had things that were said to us, and it was said once, and we did not violate those rules because we knew that there was consequences afterwards. And so most kids, even the worst child or the worst parent, they still love and look up to their mother. And so I figured at this point, if the ladies take the forefront, if we go out and put boots to the ground and begin to march to let our kids know we love you, that's the main thing. Everybody's fussing and everybody's sick of and everybody's tired of, but we're saying we need more love. And so we want to love on you. We want you to know we care. We want you to know that we're here for you, want to support you just as back in the day. That hasn't changed, even though society has changed. The love of a mother has not changed. And so if we get out there, maybe just one child's life will be changed. And as the Bible says, it takes one to put 1,000 to flight and two to put 10,000. Then guess what? If just one child changed, we don't know the effect that would have, how many people are connected to that life, that change could come about.
And you were telling me off screen what prompted you to start this movement. Your nephew, you said. Yeah,
I was a first responder to a call several years ago that my nephew was a victim of a gang jump-in, so to speak, where there was an initiation that was taking place. And my nephew, who was a minister, was just one of those individuals who would do whatever he could for people. And he was also a mechanic, so he tinkered with cars. And he happened to be in one of the communities in North St. Louis where he was working on a family's car. And he happened to just be a random person that the gang targeted to jump a young man into the gang.
Say his name so that his life wouldn't be lost in vain.
His name is Jeffrey White.
And you know, you told me some staggering statistics about guns, and I want you to share those with our viewers.
Well, we were privileged to have an opportunity to be in a meeting with Dr. William Powerley from Washington University, who shared with us that gun violence has now become a public health issue, and it is being investigated. Some of the statistics are startling, and the question was whether or not anything could be done as it pertains to gun violence, and the answer was a resounding yes. And he compared that gun violence would be just as for years the giant tobacco companies, you know, they fought and lobbied in D.C. Against tobacco, but it took 30 years for tobacco to actually be regulated the way it is, and people did never stop smoking. But the fact of the matter is that there's a lot more or less, you hardly see cigarette commercials now.
Right. We have to take a quick break.
Sure.
But when we come back, I want you to tell our listeners where gun deaths fall in line with cancer and heart attack and things like that. And then we want to talk about a very compelling event that you have coming up. We'll have more on the Mothers Against Killing March and Fair after this.